to lose. I'm built to win. Applied myself. I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss.
Pacers were going to make the playoffs. It didn't end so well for you, brother.
If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we live in different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool.
You fell asleep at the trade deadline when we had a trade to get Kyle Lowry out of here.
Found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running toes. They gonna take it.
This is what we got to tell.
I've been doing this.
I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I pay for the cost. I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Apply myself. I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I'm paying the cost. I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
What's up with the crowd? What's up with the crowd? Crowd not messing with us?
Oh, I know what happened. Joe had his glasses on. The crowd walked out. Let's run his back.
Okay.
There you go.
Welcome to Refuse to Lose Sports. My name is First Place Joe Jordan, NFC East. Second place in the NFC playoff picture. Gotta say that because Minnesota Vikings are second place for real. I'm Joe Jordan, y'all. This is R2L Sports. That's our R2L show. We are live right now. I'm excited about today's episode. I got two of my bros with me, but y'all know the drill if you've been here before. Before I bring up the two superstars, I have to let y'all know what we're going to talk about today. First off, NBA season kicked off on Tuesday, but we already did the show, so we couldn't really talk about NBA. And we had games yesterday too. All right. All right. Hey, listen, Jada done won. But look though, we gotta talk about the NBA Finals prediction. We gotta give our prediction who's gonna make it.
This is getting out of hand, though.
Right?
That was
and then we gotta talk about who's gonna win the NBA Finals. I'm curious to see what my bros gotta say about that. Who's having a better season so far? We got a big matchup. We got my man Dave, 49ers fan, my boy Tomo, Cowboy fan. Who's having a better year? Brock Purdy or Dak Prescott? We got to talk about that so far. Listen, man, upset alert. We gave y'all the news last week. Every Thursday, we're going to give y'all an upset alert segment. I'm curious to see what my bro is going to pick on the upset alert because the Commanders are dogs right now. I'm curious what they're going to pick. And last but not least, we got to talk about, Tomo got to talk about You're Done, Son. He got a You're Done, Son candidate today. But look, like I said, I got two of my bros with me. I got under 500 Dave, Mr. Brock Purdy, Mr. 49ers himself, who took a L, second in the East right now in the standings. My boy Dave, Mr. Doghouse himself. Make sure y'all tune into his last episode on, he got one tuning in on Friday. Tomorrow, make sure y'all tune into that. A lot of y'all been texting me, emailing me, writing me on social media. When is Dave gonna have an episode? We miss him. Friday, he will be here, all right? And then I got Mr. Get Done Son Tomo, Mr. 500, when he played that Dak sound, I could barely hear it because he was all the way down in third place. So I could barely hear him. I had to stop talking just to hear what he was saying. But Mr. Get Done Son Tomo himself, co-host of In the Red Corner, his team plays tonight, the Washington Wizards. They play the Celtics. Congratulations. How y'all doing, fellas?
I'm doing good.
Hey, Joe, we jumping you. I swear, we jumping you, though.
I'm doing all right. I'm good day. The sound was so low, I couldn't hear him from up here. Okay.
Then he go with this under 500 stuff again, man. This how you know somebody don't know what it feels like to be at the top. This how you know they're so used to so much losing that when they finally get to a certain spot, they don't know how to handle it. They act delusional a little bit. So it's all good. I'm feeling great today though. As things start to progress, some last names will be changing soon, so can't wait for that to happen.
The Commanders?
I'm excited about everything happening today. We had a great great show last night with RBO with Vaughn, me, Vaughn, Tomo, and Carl. Great show. Go check it out if you didn't already. I did want to start this by giving my condolences to the USF head coach who just passed away today. He had a great career, and I'll highlight what he did at the end of the show today. But definitely condolences to him and his family, and to the USF school and basketball team. Lost a great coach. But it is Thursday. Some people are thirsty. Some people are happy that it's pre-Friday. They're going to turn up in the club tomorrow. Some might even be turning up tonight because the kids ain't got school tomorrow. That might be off tomorrow too. But all I know is what we do on R2L is we turn up.
Turn me up.
Jody, do your thing.
We are streaming this on 3 different platforms: Facebook, YouTube, and X. So make sure y'all like the video on all 3 of the platforms. Listen, follow and subscribe on all of our social media platforms. You can follow us at Refuse to Lose Sports, but on X at R2L Sports. So make sure y'all follow and subscribe. And lastly, share this video with somebody that you know so they can come on and watch live with you, because they could be involved in the show by being in the comment section. We can see all the comments y'all will be putting out throughout the show. Shout out to my boy Daniel for being the first comment. Happy Thursday. And shout out to my blood brother, J-Mo. Joe looking like Morpheus. Let's get it. Hey, Morpheus was like that. Don't get it twisted. He was like that. And last but not least, enjoy the rest of the show. Tomo, floor is yours.
Should have had a red or blue pill. It's like, it's basically been in this area. It's a red or blue pill. It's like, are you going to be a Commanders fan or are you going to be a Cowboys fan? So whichever pill you take, that's based upon your destiny. And right now, those who took the red pill is like, whew, finally, we're unplugged and we can actually see what's going on. All that delusion we've been going through.
So we're not
no
more. Okay.
Right now, y'all got some. Y'all quarterback playing good. I can't sit up here and complain about it. I ain't gonna be like a certain Eagles fan and make it my moment. But
your fans can be delusional though.
Very, very. And some of these fans, you're right. And some of these, no, you're right. And some of these fans can be delusional too, because they're like, well, we seen the Celtics banner go up. We seen them get their ring. We seen the season is finally tipped off. I got a shirt on this, so I might be looking down at my phone a little bit to see if the Wizards doing anything. But the NBA season is kicked off. A lot of teams have lost. A lot of teams have won a few games. It's basically like 1 or 2. But we got to do it. We got to talk about it. We got to be super duper duper early. We got to talk about our NBA finals predictions and winners. My bad. I'm sorry. Prediction and winners. Now, saying you are an NBA champion, that has a nice ring to it. Joe, Kings get a ring?
With the aliens out of space, got a loaded missile pointing to the planet Earth, and I need one team to win a championship or get to the finals, I should say, to end this madness. Give me the Detroit Pistons. We did. we won that.
Come on, Joe. I thought you loved that, man. You trying to end our life? That's messed up, man.
We lost. Life is over after that.
Come on, all now. Right. It's my name.
Give me OKC in the West and the Celtics in the East. That's who I got in going to the NBA Finals. I think OKC, another young team who will grow from last year. They upgraded. They got rid of Josh Giddey, who was a liability for them, and brought in Alex Caruso off the bench. I can see Jalen Williams getting better. J-Dub, by the way, because they got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 Jalen Williams. And then SGA is going to continue to be aggressive like he's always been. He's going to be SGA is straight. And I feel like he's going to continue to develop. Chet Holmgren, that's the X factor. I don't know if y'all remember in the NBA chat last year. Give him the ball in isolation situations. I feel like they will put him in better situations because he is a mismatch for anybody except Wemby. Wemby. And Hartenstein, I feel like that was an underrated move for them also. All right, even though he's hurt right now. And the Celtics, do I gotta explain? I mean, the only team I see in the East that's going to actually beat the Celtics,
the Wizards,
is possibly Miami. And but I do see Eastern Conference Finals, Celtics against Orlando Magic. All right, and then in the NBA Finals, I got Orlando taking a big leap this year. NBA Finals, Celtics repeat. They got a lot to play for. Jason Tatum ain't playing the USA game. He ain't win Finals MVP. He still got to add that to his mantle. Jaylen Brown getting snubbed with the USA team. So Al Horford came back another year because he felt as though this is an opportunity for them to repeat. The last motivation for the Celtics, no team has repeated since the 2018 Golden State Warriors. So that's another motivation. So I got the Celtics winning over OKC.
Joe, we agree on one of those people. We agree on one of those teams. One of those teams we definitely agree on. It's not the Celtics, though.
Ooh, yeah! That's what I'm talking about. My bad, go ahead.
Not the Celtics, though. Oklahoma City. I definitely had them go to the finals this year. You know, you didn't mention someone else that they got, Joe. Alex Caruso.
I did.
You said Hardenstein.
No, I said Alex Caruso. I said they got rid of Giddey.
I remember. I heard Hardenstein. If you see Caruso, then
he in the Matrix. Don't worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
but
Alex
Caruso, underrated pickup of for the Oklahoma City, getting Alex Caruso, who's a really good defender. We know what he did when he helped the Lakers win the finals in the bubble. He was a very key piece to that. He's been in Chicago, but Chicago's defense definitely improved after he got there. So that's key to that. And we already know that OKC is the defensive team. You got SGA, you got Lou Dort, you got Chet Holmgren. This team is known for defense. Also with Minnesota and stuff like that. But these guys are going to play some defense. SGA, second in MVP last year. You know, he's coming back for another season. I feel like he's going to improve again and do whatever he can to be in the MVP conversation again this year. And Joe, I agree with you. Chet, get him the ball. Get him the ball. He can pull up from three. He has a good mid range. He's great from the free throw line. He's a underrated blocker. He's definitely one of a really good defender. He's just small, of course, but he's definitely he plays really good defense. Then you got Lou Dort. We know what he's capable of on this team. You got other guys like Isaiah Hardenstein, like he said, Nikola Tapa, Kassan Wallace. These guys, they got some really good guys on this team that can help contribute now. So I love OKC. I think there's other teams that are still, of course, in the race, like the Timberwolves, of course. Even though they traded away Cat, they got Julius Randle. So we still got to see how that's going to mesh with that team. You got the Dallas Mavericks, of course. You still got the Nuggets. I mean, as long as Joker's there, they're going to have a chance. And you know they're going to talk about the Lakers, of course. They're going to continue to talk about them. I do love their draft pick and Dalton Neck. You know, West Side Connect. That's what they say. That's what they call them now. So I like that. But in the East, I'm not going to be that delusional Heat fan to say that we're getting to the finals. It's not me. I do think that we have a shot to get there if we're healthy and Jimmy plays crazy. I don't like what I saw last night, but I'm going with the Milwaukee Bucks. I'm going with the Milwaukee Bucks. I think the Bucks are the other team in the East that, if healthy, are able to do what they need to do. I get it. The question is going to be, Dave, what are they going to do on defense? Who is Dame going to guard? Who is Dame going to stop? We know Dame can't stop a nosebleed. I get it. Giannis is healthy. As long as Giannis is healthy and Brook Lopez is healthy, he's able to. Who leads the league in blocks right now? I know it's only been a game, but who leads the league in block right now? It's Brooks.
Ain't say yet.
I ain't got nothing to do with that. Got nothing to do with that. But I think the Bucks have a really good shot. This is the other team in the East that has enough veterans on the team that can contribute, that can do something to help this team, help the Bucks get where they need to be. Yes, Dame has been hurt, but if Dame is healthy and Giannis is healthy, I don't think the Cavaliers can beat them. I don't think the 76ers can beat them. I don't think the Knicks can beat them. The Knicks have a plethora of stars, but how is it all going to mesh? Where's all the scoring going to come from? Is it just going to be Brunson giving up all the scoring? Who's going to pick it up? Is Cat going to contribute as much as he needs to? For me, even though it's the first game, I feel like the toughness left the building. So that's something that needs to come back. And the reason I didn't pick Miami because there was nothing that I saw that we did to say that we are championship material for this season. They have a great opportunity to prove me wrong, but after what they did last night, I'm just saying I gotta see how they look in the next 15 to 20 games to say that we really got a shot. But contract Jimmy, he could do something. But my finals prediction is OKC and the Bucks with OKC winning the title.
Joe, you had OKC and the Celtics. You had the Celtics winning? Okay. Yo, and the Celtics, man, it's about 4 years strong, man. They finally got one, but sheesh.
No bull. And now he ain't gonna stop picking them.
You know, they finally got one. Now, looking at this, of course, the league favorite, and everybody's gonna say is the Celtics to make it back because of if you look at the East, everything Dave just said about Miami, everything Dave literally said about the Knicks could be questionable. There's some trades there, but the Bucks are a surprise team. I like you picking the Magic too. I like to see them make an extra jump. Now that would be funny if the Magic and Celtics played and the Magic found a way to win that series. It would be funny. I don't know.
I'll tell you this right now. I'm picking the Magic in that series if it happens.
Dang.
I'm telling you.
Okay. Well, if they get that far, standing on business don't seem too bad right now. But my Magic final prediction. my Wizards, man, they balling. I'm thinking about being a Wizard right now. I don't know what's going on. But
the background, Tomo.
You know what I'm saying? My NBA prediction is I got the Timberwolves making the finals. I got them and the Mavericks playing in the Western Conference Finals, and the Timberwolves making it. Yeah. I think the Mavericks could probably pull it out, but for the show, I'm gonna say my early prediction is Timberwolves make the finals.
Remember, you was a Maverick guy last year.
I know. But once Ant said Tony Romo and made the shot, and E all year, baby. That's all I'm saying.
He did.
I'm just saying. And then KD came out and said, I don't know, KD, I like what you said. FJA, we growing, but I got Timberwolves and I got the Bucks.
Dang.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Now where it got tricky is when I sat down and was like, okay, these two teams go there. Will Ant win his first ring, or will Giannis get his second ring? I just kept going back and forth. I was like, well, Bucks do go in the Wolves. I mean, in the woods. Wolves are also in the woods. So I don't know how this is going to turn out, but I think Giannis and them edge it out. 7 games, Bucks win.
Giannis would dog the Timberwolves. But
Whoa, what?
who they got with Giannis?
I'm just saying, man. You never know. They got Jaden. They got Jaden.
He gonna get dunked on every single time.
That's it. Jaden.
Who?
Jaden.
Yeah.
Jaden McDaniels. That's what he's talking about.
The guard. Being a big man. But look, listen, y'all. It's funny because AJ picked the Bucks too. So y'all got the Bucks. It's crazy. So the reason why I'm having a hard time picking the Bucks, I know Dave said Giannis is healthy. I mean, the only time he won was when everybody else wasn't healthy. So I can't say he ain't winning because he ain't healthy. All right. So even last year, if he was healthy, I don't think none of us picking the Bucks to go to the finals. Now, don't get me wrong, they got a whole off season together. It's different. You know what I mean? They got a whole off season. But I just don't see them beating the Celtics in the 7-game series, man. I'm sorry. Chris Middleton, yes, if he's healthy, which most likely he's not. He's like a Joel Embiid guard. He always hurt. So if he's healthy, he could be a good playoff performer, but they ain't got no defense.
That depends on if the Celtics get to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Who gonna beat them?
What if they play Miami?
Miami probably, I ain't gonna lie, Miami the kryptonite, man. I mean, I don't care who over there. I see Jimmy, I see Spo. Okay, it's on. But all right, gotta go through this all year again.
Yeah, it's not enough Timu quotes in the world, man. Just get Jason Tatum out of that one. But
let's do it again.
Anything's I don't know, man. I don't know what's up with that kid, man. But hey, this I didn't think we would be having this conversation around this time this season. You know, I thought we'd be more so having a conversation of like, here we go again. Cowboys gotta go play the 49ers, and we're gonna see what's happening. But technically, these two teams are kind of looking alike. Some people will say Iron Man or Batman, whichever superhero you choose. Some people will say Purdy is kind of similar to Batman, you know, he got all the belts and weapons, and when he's out there, you know, he got his Alfred, aka Kyle Shanahan, whipping up magical plays for him and is making things happen. And some people will say maybe Dak Prescott is kind of Iron Man, you know, coming off the injury, got the bionic ankle, got his money, so he's almost like billionaire status, flashy, one of the best teams. I mean, when it comes to marketing, one of the best teams as far as marketing. When you think of Avengers, you can name all of them, but Iron Man is the first person you think about. And when you say Dallas Cowboys, who's the first person to catch the blame? Dak Prescott. So now Sunday night rolls around, and these two teams got to play. One to get over 500, one to stay from being at 500. So Joe, don't call me that. I don't know how this is going to go, but these two quarterbacks, their stats have been looking the same. Dave, it's been a while since you had to talk about the 49ers. Who do you think is having a better season? Is it Rain Dakota Prescott or is it Brock Purdy?
This honestly wasn't easy.
Who you
The
talking
stats are very similar.
I like how you set it up, Tom. That was good. That was good.
Yeah. And Brock Purdy's more Iron Man than Dak is Iron Man, just so you know.
Brock
Iron Man
Purdy
did save. Hey, he ain't got no money, but it ain't about the money. It's about what he did.
They both got money.
True.
Purdy ain't get paid.
Hold on. So you talking Purdy. So Iron Man rich though. So look, basically Tom was saying they need something to be superheroes. That's what y'all saying.
That's where I'm going with it.
Pretty much.
Okay, cool. So who's Jaden?
He not in this conversation. Back to what we were saying, Tom.
Ant-Man. There you go.
It's an A and B conversation. We got to see his way up out of this.
You know. Actually, who the dude who had the bow and arrow? Who is that? He that Avenger. That's who he is.
Stop, y'all. I got this.
But
hey, go ahead.
For me, and this is me trying to be as unbiased as possible. I look at the situations, and even though we have a worse record, I feel like Purdy's having a better season. If you look at what he's lost and what he hasn't been able to play with, he still is third in the NFL in touchdown passes. His QBR is down, of course. He's had a couple of bad games, definitely with the last game against the Kansas City Chiefs. That's the worst game he's had in his career, honestly, in the regular season, other than the Ravens on Christmas last year. He's played games without his star receiver who got paid, actually doing what he needs to do. Debo and Trent Williams in and out of the lineup. Christian McCaffrey out basically the entire year. Talanoa Hufanga has only played one game. And that's a shot to James Jones, who said something about Hufanga playing in the game. I said, yeah, he played in one game this year. So we've definitely been more injured than anything. So I wouldn't say that we're a bad team. We're just very injured. Javon Hargrave out for the entire season. Dre Greenlaw has not played yet. So although the Cowboys now have injuries with D-Law and Micah Parsons missing, they've been there majority of the season. They've missed the last two games.
I would say they've been missing since the Saints game, but go ahead.
Ain't got nothing to do with me. They played in that game. Not my fault. They got blown out.
Said they clock time. They got paid. Nah,
there you go. And then if you look at how the offense has played, Purdy has not been the reason why our offenses look bad. He's had to deal with Jordan Mason being back there, Isaiah Garendo, and two other running backs no one even heard of. And he's still been able to get this offense to at least get down the field. Now, the red zone has not been what it used to be because Christian McCaffrey's out. So, yeah. But Dak has had his star receiver there the entire time, who also got paid this offseason. He's had pretty much a healthy offensive line, pretty much. His best cornerback is back there, back from ACL injury. I get it. He's back off injury, but he's healthy. I understand that. The other cornerback is out. I get that, but no one thinks Deron Bland is a top corner in the league. Honestly, he had a great year last year. Don't get me wrong, but no one thinks of him as a shutdown corner or anything like that right now. But for me, okay, Isaiah, doesn't matter. You know who I'm talking about, Carl. For me, I just feel like Purdy has had a better season given what he hasn't had in his availability as far as what he's been able to do this season. Now, like I said, the record 3-4. I mean, they're 3-3. They had a bye week. We haven't had one yet. So, and we're now playing back-to-back games with teams coming off of bye weeks. So, for me, I say it's Brock Purdy.
Debo played some games, right?
Yes, he has, but he's also been in and out.
No. I just asked one question. Don't try to sway the public now. I just asked a question. Yeah.
No need to sway the public.
What audio Vaughn say? Yes or no? Fred Warner been playing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you said Trent Williams has been playing games. He's been playing enough games that he can punch on people, right?
We know he ain't gonna stop punching nobody.
There we go. So when you look at, and I looked at the numbers, I even heard a stat somewhere. Someone was like tight window throws. When it comes to two teams that's been thrown in tight windows, it's been both of these quarterbacks because neither one of our receivers can get separation.
Mm-hmm.
So ain't that about a blip? Because Kyle Shanahan knows how to draw up schemes to get people open. Now, Mike over here, he running the Kellen Moore offense, all these comeback routes and in routes and all that. I was like, I understand why the wide receiver's not getting open in Dallas, but not in San Francisco. Then you said something about the red zone. You said because CMC isn't there. Cowboys signed Zeke back, but every time they get in the red zone, that guy either throw a pick or it's a field goal. So it sounds like it's about the same there. But hold on.
Not my fault that Jerry Jones signed.
Hey, look.
I'm running back that ain't good anymore.
All I'm saying is when it comes down to it, your guy had a full off season with two of his weapons, George Kittle and Debo. They both were there. The running back we already knew was 50-50 because of his whole leg situation. So again, Kyle Shanahan had no excuses to actually draw up plays because he kind of felt that one Ayuk may not be here, or what's his name? CMC may not be here. Juwan Jennings had a hell of a game one time when Debo was out. Like he went for his career high.
And he's been hurt since.
Got you on that one. Now, the only excuse I can give the Dallas Cowboys is that Sedarian Lamb and Dak should have picked up where they left off last season, but a lot of people say the offseason is a reason that they're not seeing eye to eye. Cool, I give you 3 weeks of that. Dak should have had a better season. Now, when your team plays, how many yards is the other team averaging when they run the ball? Is it 5 to 10 yards a carry? You know, is your defense just allowing people to run all over you at times?
It's happened. It's happened in a couple games this season. So yeah, if you look at the game against the Rams, Kyron Williams basically had a pretty good game that game.
That's one game. I can literally name you 6 of those where the defense was just like, "Hey man, you want to do your thing? Go ahead, man. Go ahead, Henry. You want to run? Hey, Montgomery, you want to get another one? Gibbs, you want one? Like whoever's the running back, I'm not gonna keep saying too much because they might let Jordan do his thing. They're like, Joe, go ahead, man. That's the end zone. Go ahead, do your thing, Jordan. But all I'm saying is when it comes down to the two quarterbacks, who's having a better season? I'm gonna say neither one of them. They both tied because both of them they playing with their hands behind their back. Both of them. One of them just got paid. That's the only downfall is that he got paid, so everybody gonna bank on the 60 mil. But at the end of the day, neither quarterback has looked anything like they did last season. Both their teams are struggling. This is why their records are similar. I would definitely say that the 3 games that you all won is because Purdy had to play good. And I would say the 3 games that the Cowboys had to win was because of that. So at the end of the day, you ask me, it's a tie. But if I had to edge it out because of my fandom, I'm going to say Dak. But looking at the numbers, it's definitely Purdy.
This is fun to watch.
And the next segment, right?
This was tough. All right, so it's tough.
It
I do
is.
want to touch on what Dave said. I feel like Dak is playing. Dak Purdy has more than Dak. Let me tell you why. Purdy's rushing offense. He said he got to play with all these running backs, but they still seventh in rushing in the league. Dak's team is worse.
31st, 33, 38.
Wherever the last number is, they're the worst.
84th.
So they're literally Dak or bust. Purdy has a run game behind him. When I watched that Jets game again today, that run game was lethal. That's why maybe why they won that game. You know, so that's that. I look at the defense. How many yards defense allowed per game? 49ers is 14, Dallas is 24. I look at the points per game. 49ers 15, Dallas is second worst. So Dak he has to work with more. Then you say you ain't got all your weapons. Dak only got one weapon, CD. When you got Debo, you got Ayuk. Ain't my fault he ain't catching the ball, but Ayuk. Who else? You got Kittle. You got guys out there. So and you got a better play caller. So that's out the way. So I would say Dak is working with more than Brock Purdy.
Less.
So it's less. So I didn't look at the numbers because you can look at the numbers and it can lie to you. I try to look at the individual games itself. All right. Cleveland, first game of the season. I don't think Dak had a great game. Although he threw no interceptions. I felt like he had the offense had two good possessions the whole game. The defense won that game, in my opinion. The Jets, Purdy was good. I get Purdy's cross, but with Jordan Mason. But I'll get Purdy the edge. Purdy check. All right. New Orleans. Oh my gosh. Dak lost.
They played the Vikings, right?
Out there. Dak lost. Because they all lost to the Vikings, but Purdy was. I watched that game again, and Purdy wasn't a problem. Purdy did. I could literally say Purdy was like balling. You know, the numbers probably don't show that fully. He only had one interception, one touchdown, but the team collectively wasn't good. All right, so Purdy, I get that at the Purdy 2-0. Here's where Purdy loses at to me. The teams that the Cowboys lost to were actually good teams. They lost to the Rams. I know it's a division opponent, but the Rams haven't been good, and they were hurt when they beat y'all. But Tomo and them, they took care of the Giants when they played the Giants. You know what I mean? And then I lost to the Cardinals after we blew them out. And the Cowboys beat Pittsburgh. You know, with that having a game-winning drive. So it's really close. It's close. But only because how badly the Cowboys lost twice, I got to give it to Purdy. It's just because of that. Because both games they got beaten, Dak couldn't finish the drive. You know, although he's working with less, but he couldn't finish the drive off, settling for field goals, and the other team coming out getting touchdowns. So I got to give it to Purdy, but it is marginally close, though. If you say Dak, I won't be mad at you.
Yeah, I'm not saying that it's by far Purdy. I just say Purdy. It's not to me, it's not a huge margin. I'm not saying he outplaying him without a doubt. But
it's like shaving frog hair. That's how close it is.
Oh my
God. Look, Dave had enough.
He brought that back. I don't know that's what he said.
All I'm saying is, look, you can definitely. I mean, I see why people are picking Purdy because if you look at the odds, look at all the people that the 49ers had listed out prior to, and they still had the 49ers winning this game. And I know it was an announcement that Debo's coming back, and it's just like, bruh, all these players out, and they still got the 49ers winning. This is how bad you know the Cowboys are. They're like, nah, I'm gonna still go with the Niners.
Yeah, but I do have to kind of sort of not rebuttal, but I have to give you details when it comes to those two losses, when it comes to the Rams and the Cardinals. Neither one of those losses were because of Purdy. It's because the defense gave up in the fourth quarter. In the third and fourth quarter, the defense is what gave up. Purdy put them in position to win in both games, and the defense gave up.
Didn't Purdy throw a fourth-quarter interception in both of those games?
He did. But if you look at drives before that, he threw passes that were catchable, and they got dropped. It's not his fault.
Sound like that to me. And he took my defense letting up 40, 47? 44? They scored on how many drives in the top of?
when you have a lead, you're supposed to keep that, especially if it's a double-digit lead in the fourth quarter.
No,
but the defense gives it, defense and special teams gives it up both times.
But you also gotta close it. You gotta close it. Dak's situation, 2 games that he got blown out in, the defenses gave up points on like 7 consecutive possessions.
The Saints game, they scored
every time like 6 touchdowns in a row, huh?
And it was almost 3 games he got blown out in too. So,
but I'm saying it's because of the defense mainly, because they gave up points every drive. They had to come back on y'all. That's different. Cowboys get a big lead, they ain't letting that go.
The good old days, I miss them days. I used to watch a football game, a team score a point. I'm like, we got 30. I don't care about 7. Like now I'm like, we need 7. We get 3. They got 44.
And here's the thing. Y'all just lost to the Kansas City Chiefs. I know they 5-0, but like them interceptions were bad. Horrible. You know what I mean? Like Purdy was the reason why they lost that game.
Look, I didn't excuse him.
I can't say Dak was the reason for Detroit. I can't say he was the reason. Part of the problem, but he wasn't the reason. I can say Purdy was the reason for y'all losing that game. So, I mean, it's like a point. It's like a decimal close. Like it's like a decimal difference.
Actually, you know what? If it's a tie, Sunday night gonna be the tiebreaker.
It's probably a tie. Tommy, you probably right. It's probably a tie.
Sunday night, the tiebreaker for me. Whoever comes out there and plays the best. The Cowboys coming off a bye. You already know what the 49ers are going up against with the injury bug. You should try to find a way to win that game. Purdy, knowing that the Cowboys is reeling like this and Kyle Shanahan can run the ball, they should find a way to win that game.
And we're going into a bye.
Yeah, and both coming off of losses too.
Yeah, so
against contenders.
You're right. Now let's talk about people that are pretenders. The Washington Commanders. No, I'm just playing. I'm playing. We're working on the name, y'all. But right now, we're running it back with year one, son. Last week we started this where we're picking underdogs who we think are going to win. Joe, you added another caveat to it as far as like the point spread. I think you said you want to add that part in there. So we have to find people who are going to pull an upset this week. If you've been watching the show or if you're new to the show, you should already know who my pick is going to be this week. So I'm going to go last.
Ooh. I'll go first again.
All right.
That's easy. I know who you picking.
No, I'm not going to go with the Commanders. I ain't going to go there.
I'm talking about Joe. Tomo.
Oh, yeah. We know that. Yeah. He better go with that team. All right. Says the tiebreaker, right? All right, look.
Oh, man.
I'm going to run it back. The Cardinals in Miami. They are plus 4.5. Yeah, they underdogs. Plus 4.5 in Miami. Tua most likely is going to play. They say he's full participant in practice. He has one more protocol to go through, one more procedure to go through, whatever we got to go through, one more hurdle to get fully clear for the game. But here's the thing, though. Number one, Tua is fresh off an injury. You know what I mean? Fresh off a concussion. He hasn't played in how many weeks? 3 weeks, 4 weeks? So it's going to be some type of rest there. The Cardinals is fresh off a W on Monday Night Football, so they're feeling good about themselves. I look at Miami. Miami defense, you know, Tomo, when your quarterback goes down, your defense tends to step up a little bit. You know what I mean? Tend to step up a little bit. So Miami defense been stepping up. Right now, I think they're third in the NFL in yards per game allowed. And they're like the number 1 or number 2 rushing off defense right now. Passing defense. But rushing at 18th. They allow they're 18th in rushing yards per attempt, while the Cardinals is second in rushing yards per attempt per game. They're one of the best rushing teams in the NFL. James Conner been playing well lately. He had over 100 yards last game. I told you about Kyler Murray. He gets 60 yards plus. They win. I expect that against this week. Last week against the Colts, Richardson had 54 yards as a QB. So I can see Kyler Murray against some yards on the ground. I think Arizona will win the turnover battle also. I think Miami going to turn the ball over a few times. Arizona is 11 in takeaways. Miami is 26 in takeaways, right? So although the defense is doing a good job, they don't force turnovers. So I'm going to pick the Cardinals for the upset. I can't believe they're 4.5 dogs.
You can't believe in that game. I can't believe in this one. It's a few games I'm really confused about.
Pick one though.
I know. I'm only picking one. I can't talk about the other ones before I pick my one.
Let Tomo go first.
It's my setup, man. It's my setup.
Oh.
All right. So first game that confused me was the Eagles game. How were the Eagles underdogs in that game? I didn't think that was possible.
What? They like what? 2-point underdogs?
I see 3 right now.
3 point
Three?
underdogs. 3 point
That's
underdogs.
that's even. When you're home, you get 3 points.
Yeah, true.
And they're away. So that's basically a toss up.
I get it. I get it.
I understand that.
Another game that I guess confused me a little bit. Your Commanders. Commanders are 3 point underdog. 3 point underdogs at home.
Cause Jaden hurt.
I get it, but I think he's going to play. So that's just me.
Yeah.
But the game that I chose. Buffalo. Buffalo are underdogs to the Seahawks.
For real?
Oh, no, never mind.
No, they favorites.
Yeah. I looked at
What
that
the heck is going on? I missed that.
I'd have picked that. Look.
I looked at that wrong. That's my fault. My apologies.
I'm like, what the world is going on? I'm blind.
So between those two, I'm going with the Eagles, man. I don't think the Eagles lose on the road to the Bengals. They're coming off a game where Saquon went back to New York, went for over 170 yards rushing. They have their weapons back with A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. The defense started to look a little bit better now. Quinyon Mitchell is having a really good year as a rookie. Mm-hmm. And even though the Bengals offense is starting to get on fire, I feel like this Eagles team is, primed to compete in the NFC East. They're second in the NFC East right now, and I feel like they're going to continue to do that until they, go up against the Cowboys, and we'll see how that happens in that game and how they play against the Commanders, who's leading in the NFC East right now. The Bengals this is that time to where they start to get hot, but they still lose games within that time when they get hot, and I believe this is that game. The Eagles defense, like I said, has improved over the last 2 weeks. The last 2 games, of course. Playing against the Giants, I mean, Giants don't really score a lot of points anyway. But I believe the Eagles will go into Cincinnati and win that game.
All right, so this week here, it was funny because I could have picked the Giants. I could have picked the Giants to be the upset, but I'm not going to do that because, like I said, we did the predictions in the offseason. I looked at the spread for this game. Of course, the Broncos are favored by 10, but I picked a tie. So I got to run it back, Joe. You running it back. I got to run it back. I don't know how I'm going to say the Panthers going to upset them this week, but I got to go. I said it was a tie. Bryce Young is back. Hopefully Andy Dalton gets better. They said he was in a car accident. So this is why Bryce Young is getting his first start. So now I think he's going to have something to prove. He's had a lot to say just, as being a good teammate. He wasn't like Jameis Winston, but he's been a great teammate whenever they asked about it. I think this game is in Denver. So look, I got a special text message from my good man, Tyler T-Turn. I know I picked up the Broncos defense in my fantasy league, but again, I pick up the defense because, again, fantasy leagues are fantasy. But in real life, I think you all will tie with the Panthers, and I might get my last laugh. Even though they are coming off a 40-7 loss to the Commanders and the Saints, and the Broncos did just beat all out of the Saints. So again, I think it was personal, it was an emotional high for the Broncos. Panthers go in, find a way to win that game.
Every team we beat so far won the next week,
and that's why I got it. Let's go.
I told you they all had come to Jesus meeting. I told you, man, every week, and then
what about the teams that beat y'all?
The Bucks lost. They lost to the Broncos after us. The Ravens won, obviously. That's all the losses we got. I can't name many. I got 2.
I just want to see if you remember. That's all.
You want me to name 4 like Dave? I got 2.
Yo, all right. And this week we bringing it back because I know you want to say it, Dave. You're done, son.
Exactly. No, you're done, son.
That was a layup, bro.
It ain't four.
That's easy.
Wow.
Okay,
You
okay.
know your boy Chris said, right?
Where?
He said
Go
they're
with
the
the
best.
boy.
Oh, it's the NFC East. Okay. I thought he said the NFC up front. I was like, dang, get it.
I mean, he's more talented than Purdy, so I wouldn't be like,
It ain't all about talent. You know, Tom Brady the most talented.
That's true. That's true.
Or Peyton Manning.
What? Peyton was
Manning
different.
wasn't super talented.
Peyton was different. Yeah.
Peyton,
This is
yeah,
where
okay.
Peyton was talented at.
Peyton
He was
was
a
a smart
cerebral.
dude.
Yeah. That's a talent. I mean,
You know who's talented?
See what they're saying about Deshaun? Go ahead.
I mean, come on.
I'm just saying, you know,
I'm done going shots, man. I had another shot in my
I was
mind.
like, please.
The
man just tore his ACL. Please.
Hold on. Oh, yeah, the Wizards are now tied with the Celtics going into 5 minutes left in the second half. And Teddy, hopefully I don't got to come back on here next week and talk about this, man. This segment has been a fan favorite. We're bringing it back and we'll try to be more consistent. And if I'm not consistent, then y'all let me know. I'll put myself on your done, son, all right? Because we're bringing it back. It's all fun in the sun till you end up on this week's Yeah Done, son. And this week's Yeah Done, son goes to, you know, I find it funny because I put the GM for the Ravens in there before he had to re-sign Lamar, and then he re-signed Lamar, so I had to take him out. I put all the other GMs in the NFL on your done, son, because of how they was hating on Howie. This one GM here, you know, he started his career as a scouting assistant for the Panthers. Then he joined the Dolphins as a national scout. So you think he would know he could spot talent, right? He can eye talent because that's what they said. One of his perks was he can eye talent. Then after that, you know, he just kept moving up in the ranks. He became the assistant general manager for the Buffalo Bills, who got Josh Allen. He can eye talent because Josh Allen's a good quarterback. Just when your quarterback's on the other end of the media spectrum, you know, you got to say things about him. But other than that, this guy can eye talent. And then after he did that with Josh Allen and how he turned around the Buffalo Bills, another team in New York said, you know what, I know you was upstate, but come on down back to the city, man, and turn up with us one time, and we'll make you the GM. And that was the New York Giants. Now, if you haven't guessed who I'm talking about for this week's You're Done, son, it's nobody better than my man Joe Show. Even his own son knew who he should have drafted. But I'll digress. You know, I'm gonna give y'all a little bit more of a backstory to why his son was like, hey, I'm gonna name all the best quarterbacks that you should go get, even though I know you just let Saquon walk because you believe in your quarterback. But that's neither here nor there. That mistake is gone, and Saquon's still running on him as we speak. When he started with the Buffalo Bills, you know, as a scout, he definitely had he brought Brian Daboll over there. Again, like I said, he drafted Josh Allen. So once he gets to the Giants as the GM, he said, what's the first thing I'm gonna do? I'm gonna bring my boy on, I'm gonna make him a head coach. Brian Daboll is the head coach for the New York Giants. The New York Giants, in his first year, made the playoffs. And guess what they did in that playoff run? They beat the Vikings. So the sky was up, but guess who was on that team when they won? Saquon Barkley. So a lot of this You're Done, son, is just going to go back to the decisions that some of these GMs like to make. Again, this is why I put all the GMs on You're Done, son, when they was hating on Howie. Because one thing that Howie will do is like, hey, and I'm going to add your guy on there too. I'm going to say Adam Peters is making those right moves. I didn't have Adam Peters at the time, but it's just like, when it's time to go make a move, they didn't have him. Y'all had him, but y'all made the great move. You right, though. You right. Y'all made CMC. Adam wasn't the GM, though. As we move forward to him drafting, you know, he got Kayvon Thibodeau. He went and got my man Deonte Banks from the Terps. And with those 2 first-round picks, turned his defense right around. Even though this team still struggled to win games in the NFC East, this team was always a threat to be a defensive front, and that's just what they were going to do. Just up until last year, or the beginning of this year, HBO Hard Knocks said, hey, Giants, show us how you want to run around in the offseason. Classic conversation. GM to our owner. We have our franchise running back here, and we need to sign him back. What is your take on that? Joe says, we're going to let him take a trip around the league, see if we can match the offer. If he doesn't like the offer, then we'll let him walk. GM proceeds to call Saquon. Saquon says, you know what? I like what you're saying. I'll call you back. The next phone call he gets was from Bleacher Report saying Saquon signed with the Eagles. That was the next phone call he got. So right after that, this GM went out and built the team. He went and got Singletary. He went out and got Brian Burns. He went out and added offensive line depth. He went out and drafted Malik Neighbors, who's looking like a dog. So again, goes back to what I said earlier. This guy can scout talent because Malik Neighbors is nice. Brian Burns is a great pass rusher. What is he? He got Ryan, great pass blocker. But again, you paid Daniel Jones almost six. Wait, let me get the number. I want to get the number right because you should have been fired when you said I'm gonna take Daniel Jones over Saquon. Jones 4 years, $160 million in the 2022-2023 season. Now I don't know what you're seeing in him, but hey, that's one of the things where you say you can spot talent, but in this moment he just spotted. That's all I'm gonna say. It comes out earlier today that the owner of the Giants said, hey, he's sticking with his coach and his GM after this year. He's just going to have some patience. All I'm going to say is when you have an option to keep one of the best running backs in the league because you know what he can do and you know how he benefits your quarterback, you still had that pick. So you imagine what you would have done if you had Daniel Jones, Saquon Barkley, Malik Neighbors, and found a way to get the cap space to at least go get the offensive line. You might have been a T-move version of what Washington's doing. Brian Robinson, young quarterback, great wide receiver in the NFC East. You can still compete in games. Find a way to go get Brian Burns with the draft picks. You don't have to worry about it. I think Singletary played only 3 games. So Joe Schoen. Next time your owner comes to you and said, I'm going to be really sick or upset if my running back goes signs with the Eagles, make sure it's not the running back that he's talking about and it's that quarterback that you decided to sign. He let him sign on that dotted line, but instead of signing your name, Joe, you should have just put, you're done, son.
Dang.
It's about time he got put here.
Yes.
It's about time.
Seriously. I mean, this is a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. And then, especially after what Saquon did to them. Come on, man. It was some of bad blood. He was like, you know what? I feel so bad for y'all. I'm not even gonna break the record on y'all. I'm gonna let my youngest eat. Sound like Tupac when hit him up. Hit him up. He said, I ain't got enough for you. I'm gonna let my little get handed y'all, man. That's what Saquon did to y'all.
I ain't heard a verse from them since.
Get out the way, yo. Get out the way, yo. But Tomo, I agree, man. No. I mean, you said it all. Fire him. I'm not about firing people, but I mean, Thomas said he showed Daniel Jones over Saquon Barkley.
Do you know how bad it's got to be? Because we all got kids. When your kid comes in the house and they're playing a TikTok of them saying, who should I go draft? And he's like, hey, go get Jaden Daniels. Go get Jaden Daniels. Why would you not go get Jaden Daniels? And he's like, all right, if I can't get Jaden, go get Marvin Harrison Jr. He's like, all right, what if he's not there? Go get Malik Neighbors. But Jaden Daniels, nice. He asked his daughter, he's like, what do you think? He's like, whatever my brother says. Like, sound like they need to be running the Cowboys, but I ain't saying too much.
You know what's the worst part about this whole thing? It was on Hard Knocks.
And then
everybody got to see it. Oh my goodness.
And to add a little bit more insult to injury, remember the interview with Jaden when Dayball was trying to treat him like he was just a nobody?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Saying, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, trying to make my man know what he was doing. Yeah.
He should be your done son too.
Hey, he got some time.
Yeah, hey, this is well said. Definitely deserve to be on here. Like Dave said, it's about time.
You're done, son.
Yeah, that dude is the worst. That dude's the worst. This is why the owner needs to get involved.
I mean, we saw that happen with the Jets. Look at how that worked out.
Ain't got nothing to do with the Jets. I don't care about the Jets. Jets suck. Jets suck. Shouldn't have fired my boy Robert.
You get involved, you got to fire him right there. You know what? You don't deserve the job. Get out of here.
You know what I just thought about with the Jets? They fired Robert Saleh before we could have our debate. Remember, they're supposed to play the Texans. It was all about who was the better coach.
What Devontae Adams say their problem is? No energy. Who brought all the energy on the sideline?
Robert
Saleh.
First of all, Devontae, you just got there and know they ain't got no energy. You should have called your agent before the deal was done. Like
And then they had an insult, like you said, insult the injury. Aaron Rodgers, what's your old team? Okay, I'm gonna go help them out. I'm going to the Packers.
Exactly. He gonna go help the Packers. That's crazy. Great job, Robert Saleh. Great job.
Shout out to Matt LaFleur.
It's personal.
I know. I wonder if they play each other this year. I gotta check.
I hope so.
I don't think they do. No.
That would be nice.
Yeah, that would have been good. Robert Saleh over there. That dude brought all that energy to the Jets, man. He always on the sideline. Even with y'all did as a coordinator. I remember he was on the sideline like, man, they tripping.
Yeah.
Dang. Two owners, owner and the GM on your done son, Dave's Our House. I can't wait to see Dave's Our House Friday.
I can't wait to have it. Tell you that. Can't wait to have it.
All right. My last words. Okay, Jordan Poole. 20 points at halftime. Okay, Tomo.
Tatum got 20 points at halftime too.
Oh, dang. Oh, my beard.
Moment. We down now. The Celtics winning right now.
Celtics winning.
What score?
6 days.
About 10. 10 at halftime.
54. Yeah.
Come on, Coombs. It's Coombs is slumming probably. He probably 2 for 8.
All I'm saying is my rookie of the year had a nice little play though.
Oh, he
got laughed at me on phase. I ain't gonna say too much.
A play.
That's all.
A play.
That man had a enter into the game. That was a highlight.
Okay. All right.
You are you talking about one thing you talking about?
Alex Soft.
Oh, I'm thinking about Bronny.
You think Bronny? He wasn't serious about
Bronny. No. I wasn't serious about Bronny, bro. I was joking. No. Bronny ain't do too much. Now, Bronny would have hit that 3. It'd have been crazy in there.
He gonna win it.
Bronny?
No, Soft.
Oh.
Yeah, no. I said if Bronny.
AJ. Go ahead.
I said if Bronny would have hit that 3 when he was wide open and the arena would have went crazy, he probably would have had a better night because he would have got the momentum, but the nerves took over.
You know what? Next episode, awards. Let's get it. I want to hear what y'all gotta say.
Okay.
My last words, Commanders. First of all, shout out to the whole R2 network. Shout out to the whole R2 family. Appreciate everybody. Shout out to Dave. Shout out to my boy Tomo. And my boy Dave. I ain't say my boy. I said Dave. Shout out to my boy Dave. Shout out to all the shows too. FFC was this morning. RBO is at 9 o'clock. BWT is at 11:30 tonight. King's Talk, you're gonna be sleeping. It's gonna be like midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning. You're gonna be
like 9 o'clock on the West Coast, man. You doing it for the West Coast.
My West Coast guys got me.
All you want is
I know. Shoot, sometimes I be on a joke like, De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox, man, it's a bonus. I be tired of I gotta let people know I'm on the East Coast, y'all. Bear with me. But Commanders. Oh, first, Jaden.
McDaniels?
I ain't gotta say nothing to you. I know you're gonna do whatever you gotta do to go play. All right, that's the type of person you are. You are a competitor. They ask him, "You think Jaden wants to play this game even more because it's Caleb?" You're like, "Man, yes. Jaden is a competitor. I don't care if it's Caleb. I don't care if it's Phillip. I don't care if it's anybody. He want to play. I don't care who the quarterback is. It's not because you think I'm worried about Caleb? No, I just want the dub. So yeah, Jaden, get well. Hopefully you play. But hey, Dan Quinn, you're gonna do your thing too. You're not gonna rush him out there because you ain't Daniel Snyder. Sacramento Kings tonight. We like the Bing. We got Minnesota. Minnesota fresh off of L. They're trying to get their first dub. But look, we were voted number 1 fan base or number 1 arena in the NBA. I saw that, right? We were voted number 1. We got the best fans in the world. We like the Bean. Oh, it's corny. How they celebrate every win. Your team wish they did it. I bet you that. You see what Orlando Magic did? Shout out to Rondo. See, they do that. They got a whole song now. There ain't no problem with that, though. They can have a song. But we can't have a Bean. What's up with that? So, Commanders. I'm sorry, Commanders. Kings, watch the Commanders. See what they doing. Follow suit. And that's all I got.
Like I said before, early in the show, rest in peace to Amir Abdul-Rahim, the South Florida coach. His coaching journey, he was actually the head coach for Kennesaw State from 2019 to 2023. He turned around from 128 to 26-9 in 4 seasons. He was a 2023 ASUN Coach of the Year. And then last year, in his only season as the head coach for South Florida, he won 25 games in his first season and was the AAC Coach of the Year. May he continue to rest in peace, and condolences to his family.
Give him a little moment of silence.
Okay.
My last words is, hey, just make this comeback happen so I can get this shirt, so I can be up 2-0 on bets with Teddy, because that would be great. Now, another one of my last words, I had it and I lost it, so I'm not going to say too much. I'm going to just say shout out to everybody on the network. Again, I can't wait to see Dave's Doghouse tomorrow. And come at us up. That's for you, Mark. Not you, Joe. That's for you, Mark. Yep. Slander's here now. There we go.
Everybody, I'm making some last-minute adjustments on Dave's Doghouse. If you have somebody that you want to put on there, whether it's in the doghouse or as a dog, let me know by the end of tonight.
If Jordan Poole get 30, Jordan Poole.
I might have one for you. You know what? I'll wait because we got more business to handle.
Oh, that's what I wanted to say. Joe, in the NBA chat, the show had just started. I seen it in the background. They said JJ Redick is out there practicing with the players. They like, Joe, because you know how your coach like to be running up and down the court. Like, you got some competition now. Let you go check the message out.
My coach was getting cooked. Y'all saw that? They was cooking that man in football. I was like, dang. He was getting burnt too. I'm like, dang, you slow as fuck. He was out there though. Hey, JJ, you can shoot all the threes you want, man.
Nah, he was in the paint with it. Where'd you go see the clip? JJ was in the paint with it.
Oh, he was?
You go see the clip.
Okay, I mean, he could probably still play in the NBA if he take the shoot. He just retired like 2 years ago.
Honestly.
For real. He could be another, what's his name? Kevin Huerter.
Go
all right,
Turks.
y'all.
You said Kevin Huerter, right? Turks.
Hey,
Carl watching somewhere.
I'm cool with that. Turks, you're right. You saw that MSU dude get his first tag already. You saw that, right?
That makes sense.
Man got a tag already. I'm like, dang, Draymond.
That makes sense. It's either you on the Kirk Cousins spectrum or you on the Draymond spectrum when you come from MSU.
I mean, Kirk Cousins, what has he done in playoffs?
Oh, wow.
I was talking about the even temperament, you know, how people love you.
Draymond, you're right. Because Kirk Cousins is nice. Draymond kind of be mean. Draymond's a champion. Kirk Cousins is not. You're right. All right, y'all. That's all we have for y'all. That's all we have for y'all today. And we will see y'all at the next episode.
Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.